Hi everyone, it's Creative Art Blogger here, and today I'm going to show you how to draw a Corgi. Well, Corgi is a popular dog breed that is probably one of the most popular dog breeds that are in the world. I wanted to draw them today because they're very like a good symbolize for the Queen. So I want to try and draw them today. And if you guys need to pause the video at some point in order to get some details on how to draw a Corgi, then feel free. You can always pause like 30 seconds through, or you can pause it for a few minutes or so, just in case you want to get all the details done and that stuff. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with the actual head first, the head shape. But I'm guessing it's kind of like, it stands like kind of like that. What I'm going to try and do, I'm going to move the paper in front of you so you can actually see it, because I'm probably doing this portrait wise so you can actually see what it looks like. So the whole video might be portrait wise this time, so let's see if I can draw a Corgi for you. So what I've done is I've just drawn literally the shape of the Corgi's head. So what I recommend for you guys, if you're going to actually pause this, I recommend it, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some more details as well as I go along. So what I'm going to do now is add some ears. So kind of like pointy ears, because I do have pointy ears, Corgis do, and I think they're kind of like a Welsh breed as well, so they're kind of like a Welsh breed of dog. And I know there's a few people that do love Corgis in particular, so if you guys are a Corgi fan, then you can always draw this one. So what I'm going to do here, I think sometimes you get to ones that have like little spots like here, like right where the head is, and then obviously have the eyes. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give them a little bit of cutie eyes as I go along. So if you guys definitely want to pause the video halfway through, I recommend it, because what I'm doing now is just kind of like speed drawing a little bit so you can see what the overlook looks like. So that's how my Corgi would go, but I'm trying to think to myself, sometimes you see like little whiskers in a way, like sometimes you get one with dots and sometimes you can see one with just whiskers. So what I've done so far is just drawn a head. But I'm probably going to try and do the body, so I'm going to see if I can draw the body part and see what comes out of it. So that's what I've got so far. But I'm not sure what their tails kind of look like, but I'm going to try and guess it. But I'm thinking their tails might be a bit, they kind of stand on one end. And they do have little legs, so I'm going to do their little legs. And I'm going to add some spots to them, because sometimes some Corgis look like they have like patterns on them, and you tend to see them a lot when you go and visit the Queen and that stuff. So that's what I mean. That's why Corgis are quite famous for that sort of thing, kind of for royalty and that stuff. So that's how my Corgis turned out so far. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to give you guys a few minutes to get all that sort of jotted down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over with this, I think it's like a black marker, just to get the outlines sorted out. So I'm going to use this black marker here, and then what I'm going to do is just go all the way around it, and then I'm going to probably get that done. So that's what I'm going to do really quickly, okay? So after you've done that, what I'm going to do is get my marker ready. Right, let's get going. So what I'm going to start doing is applying a black outline over my drawing, because what I've done is use pencil, and what I'm going to do is use a black liner to see how it goes out. So let's see how that goes out, because you can probably use a few other markers, but I think there's a lot of different brands of markers that you can use. But what I'm using is kind of I think it's called a Hexel Oxford pen, but it's actually like a black marker that you can use. But there are other brands that you can actually get. I think there's one called Posca or something like that, and I think they're quite a good brand to use if you are someone who takes their time a lot and you know how to deal with using markers that you have to press down twice in order to get the ink out. Then you can do that and that stuff. So what I'm going to do now is just fit in the eyes, so you've got some little cute eyes coming out. That looks good. And apparently I think they're quite good markers, so who knows, I might use them in my videos soon, so stay tuned for that. So what I've done here is that I've coloured in the eyes with you know, my black marker to give them like a little feel. So I've literally just coloured that in. Now what I'm going to do for the nose, because sometimes the nose can be like black or brown or something like that, but what I'm going to try and do is make sure my corgi looks very precise. But obviously you guys can do this too, but by like, you know, pausing the video and that stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm even going to kind of like, you know, use my black liner to actually put something on the dots. They could also be whiskers, but sometimes some of them have spots which are whiskers, and sometimes you just see ones with just whiskers sometimes, you know what I mean? And now what I'm going to do is now focus on his body by using my black liner to do it, my black marker to do it, and then now I'm focusing on the tail, which is about there, and I'm focusing on the legs, and I might probably focus on the inside as well, so who knows, I might actually do that as well. So I'm just gonna that's what I've done so far. So I've used my black marker to actually, like, you know, outline the whole of the pieces. Now he stands out very well, doesn't he, my little corgi? But if you guys are still drawing the corgi, you might want to take, if you want to use your black black marker for example, then feel free to pause the video if you want, just so you can finish off the dark outline bit. Okay, so that means it's all done, and then what you can do afterwards is add colour, of course. So I'm going to start adding colour to mine, so let's get into it, shall we? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up adding colour to it now, but I'm going to probably do it a different colour because I've not got the particularly right colour for making the corgi. But what I'm going to stick with is kind of like a dark brown colour and see how that goes. But I could do half dark brown and half maybe orange, so I'm going to quickly get my orange while I'm at it. Okay, now I'm going to apply the orange and see what that looks like. And yeah, I kind of like that kind of style actually. Yeah, that's cool. So you can do like a mixture, so you can have like half of it like orange, or maybe just a brown colour. But what I'm going to do is, if I can do that, then I can probably fill in this bit with the orange marker. What I'm going to do now is just get my brown marker out and then apply it then. If you guys definitely have these colours, I recommend, like, you know, grabbing these before, you know, starting this part, if you're still trying to make sure that it's coming out perfectly. So that's what I've done so far. So what I need to do now is probably add, I might need to add more colour for like where the cheeks are, and probably the mouth as well. So I'm going to quickly grab a few of my kind of like, you know, colouring pens and see what I can use. So I might do that for the mouth. Maybe for the actual cheeks, so I'm probably maybe I'll just leave it just blank white maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm still gonna do the rest of it in, like, you know, a mixture of dark brown and orange and see what it comes out like. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so there you go. You've got, that's the corgi that I've done so far. So I'm just probably going to add some more bits to it. So what I might do, I might time lapse it for you guys, okay? And there you have it. Here's your very own corgi. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this art and tour tutorial today, because I was thinking about like what could I possibly draw for you guys, and hopefully you guys might want to draw along with me, like follow this art tutorial to see if you guys can draw a corgi and see how it turns out for you, you know what I mean? If you guys are like, you know, like corgis and that stuff and other dog breeds, then very like, you know, request them in the comments for me so I can like, you know, try and draw those dog breeds and see how it works out, because it could be like another series that I could probably do, but you know what I mean, like for my playlist on this channel, you know. Well, before you go, make sure to leave a like on this video, and if you're sort of new to my channel and you're very interested in art content like this, then feel free to subscribe so you guys can, like, you know, see more art tutorials, maybe some sketchbook tour videos in the future, and maybe a few other kind of stuff that I might do on this channel when it comes maybe to doing some crafts, or maybe a few other stuff that you might be interested in. Then feel free, like, you know, to stick around and see what my channel actually does in the future, alright? And also make sure you turn on the notification bell so you get notified when I upload my videos twice a week, okay? And that's what I can say really, so bye!